Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So continuing on with our review videos, we're going to be just taking a quick step back to look at our roadmap of what we've covered so far. So first we looked at letters, then we strung letters together to form words, then we took multiple words together and we created compounds, also known as fragments. Then we completed those fragments with sentences by adding a predicate onto it. And then we looked at particular words known as verbs, and we did an in-depth study of that. And now we're looking at sentence modifiers. Now just a quick refresher, sentence modifier is something that changes the grammar and meaning of a sentence by modifying it in a particular way. And we had looked before at the harf mushabbah bil fi'l and the fi'l naqis, and today we'll be looking at Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins. Right? So Lā Nāfiyyah is something that we've seen before, or just the idea of a la that can negate or prohibit. We're just going to be looking at a very particular type this time, which is known as Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins. Right? The l-Jins is what makes it different from the others. So let's just take a quick look back at some of the la's that we have seen that negate. So one that we looked at was the one for prohibition, which is lā nahi. So lā tansur, which means do not help. Right? It was used as a means of prohibiting someone from fulfilling a particular action. We would throw the la before a present tense verb, then it would go into a state of jazm by taking the sukun on the end, and it would put it into a state of prohibition. So don't help. Right? Then we also looked at negating the present tense verb, so lā yansuru, which would mean he does not help, right? So he's no longer engaging in the action in the present. So those were two la's that we had looked at in the past that were used for nafi, which is negation, which is the one here, and then the prior one, which is prohibition, which was nahi. Now, another type of la is Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins, and it is a sentence modifier. So what does Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins do? First, it's going to go ahead and it's going to target the mubtada and make it nasb, and it will make sure that it has no alif lam nor tanween. So very similar to mudaf. Right, so if you say kitabullahi, the kitab there has no al and it will have no tanween. So similarly, the Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins is going to find that mubtada and it's going to remove the alif lam from it and the tanween, and it will put it into a state of nasb. Right. Secondly, it's going to target the mubtada and it will change it now to being the ism of Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins, which is something that we've seen consistently with the sentence modifiers. They target the mubtada, they target the khabar, and they change the names of them. And once again, the same will happen to the khabar. It's going to target the khabar and it will change it to the khabar of Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins. So let's take a look at an example. Lā kitaba fi s-suqi. So this means there is absolutely no book in the marketplace. So Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins, right? It is the la that negates categorically, right? So it pretty much translates to meaning that there is absolutely nothing of that particular object, right? Or that particular thing. So in this case, we're dealing with a book. So it's reassuring us that there is absolutely, without a doubt, no book which is present in the marketplace. And the breakdown of this would be, we have our Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins, which is a particular type of harf, and it is our sentence modifier. Then we have its ism, which is putting into a state of nasb, which is known as the ism of Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins. Then finally, we have the khabar of Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins. We'll take a look at one more example. So, lā طالب fil madrasati. So there is absolutely no student. Right? See, it's the ism that's being completely negated categorically. There's absolutely no student in the school. And the breakdown of this would be, you have your Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins, then you have your ism, Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins, which is being made nasb by the la. Then finally, you have your khabar, Lā Nāfiyyah l-Jins. And that is it. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.